So we're going to cover a few things in this tutorial. We're going to look at the pen tool a little bit closer. So I'm just going to tear that off, bring that over here. And we're going to cover a couple housekeeping things. So you've been working on this amazing artwork with this star and this circle, or I have been anyways, and I want to save it. So if I go to File, Save As, it's going to be saving it as an Adobe Illustrator file so I can continue to work on this. So I would save this somewhere in my documents where I know where the location is, and an AI file. It is not a JPEG, right? So if you're saving this, this will allow you to open the file in Illustrator. I'm going to cancel that, but say you save it. You could open this for as long as you need to keep building it or changing it. But say if you're completely done your artwork and you want to save it as a PNG or a JPEG for showing your friends or on social media, you need to export that file. So you go to Export, Export As, and then down in here you have the formats that you can choose from. I would recommend PNG or JPEG. It doesn't really matter. I'll explain those differences in class. So JPEG, the key thing is to click Use Artboards. Title it whatever you want, Test 1, and then you would click Export. The color mode CMYK is for printing, so unless you're going to take it to the printers, you don't really need it in CMYK, and it takes up more room. So you would go RGB. I would always recommend scaling the quality to as high as you can. The resolution 72 is for websites and screen. 300 is for print. Again, I'll discuss this stuff in class in more detail. I would recommend using a medium 150. So that's my recommendations. When you're exporting RGB, quality 10, resolution 150, unless you're printing a brochure or a poster, then you'd want 300. And then you can resize this thing down to 72 if you need to later on. The other thing is you've opened up your file here or your project in Illustrator. You want to start a new one. So if I have this document open, I can either drag it off here, kind of move it off to the side, or I could leave it docked right at the top there. And I can go File, and I can say New. And then it will open up my new document and select letter or whatever. You could select different formats if you want up here. Again, I recommend print, letter, and you can hit create. And now you'll have the two documents opened at the top that you can toggle back and forth to or drag off and work on independently. So that's how Illustrator will organize different files you have open or different Illustrator projects you have open at the same time. They'll dock them along the top unless you drag it off. So now we've covered File, the whole Save As thing, saving it as Adobe Illustrator. If you're done your artwork, I've given you your Export As settings.